Welcome to Banef Nursing. In this video, we will talk about the anatomy of the gastrointestinal system, the digestive enzymes, and the diagnostic tests of the gastrointestinal system. The anatomy. The gastrointestinal tract, also called the digestive system, consists of a long, hollow tube, which begins from the oral cavity and continues into the alimentary canal. The first element of the alimentary canal is the mouth, followed by the esophagus, the stomach, the small intestines, the large intestines, and the rectum. The esophagus has two important sphincters, the upper esophagus sphincter and the lower esophagus sphincter. The upper esophageal sphincter prevents the reflux of air into the esophagus during respiration, while the lower esophagus sphincter prevents the reflux of stomach contents into the esophagus. The esophagus comprises of the skeletal muscle, which is a voluntary muscle, the mixed muscle, and the smooth muscle. Please note that smooth muscle is under involuntary control. Apart from the lower esophageal sphincter, another important sphincter which helps the food to stay in the stomach for a longer time so as to undergo proper digestion before it is released into the duodenum is called the pyloric sphincter. The gastrointestinal tract also contains the accessory components, which includes the tongue, teeth, salivary glands, the liver, the gallbladder, and the pancreas. The main function of the gastrointestinal tract is to permit for food ingestion, digestion, absorption of nutrients, propel the food contents through the digestive system, and eliminate the waste products via the rectum. Food ingestion and digestion. The mouth. It is noteworthy that digestion of food begins in the mouth where mastication takes place as teeth breaks down solid food and mix it with saliva, which contains the amylase enzymes. The salivary gland consists of three glands, the parotid gland, the sublingual gland, and the submandibular gland, and their function is to moisten the chewed food in the mouth and turn it into a bolus. The esophagus. Please note that the esophagus propels the bolus from the oral cavity to the stomach, where processing of chyme continues until it is released into the small intestine. The stomach. The stomach serves as a reservoir for churning of bolus and storage of chyme. Peristalsis is the wave-like muscle contraction that propels chyme through the digestive tract. The small intestine, hydrolysis and primary absorption of nutrient occurs in the small intestine, which consists of three sections, namely the duodenum, the jejunum, and the ileum. Digestion continues in the duodenum, but the majority of the bile salts are reabsorbed from the distal ileum and recycled to the liver. The colon, also known as the large intestine. The absorption of fluids, remaining nutrients, and electrolytes continues in the colon, also known as the large intestine. Although the colon is called the large intestine, please note that it is not longer than the small intestine. The colon is made up of different parts, namely the ascending colon, the transverse colon, and the descending colon, and it converts the waste products into feces. The rectum. This is where the feces are stored until they are ready to be excreted from the rectum. The process of defecation occurs as a result of peristaltic contractions of the rectum. The rectum has two sphincters, the internal anal sphincters, which consist of smooth muscle and is involuntarily controlled, but the external anal sphincter, a skeletal muscle, is under voluntary control. Defecation occurs when the external anal sphincter is relaxed. The digestive enzymes. Let us change gear and review the enzymes that are secreted in response to specific foodstuffs and their actions in the digestion of foods. The gastrin is secreted from the stomach antrum in response to distension of the stomach, and it promotes the release of gastric acids, which helps in breaking down of chymes in the stomach and gastric emptying. The pepsin enzyme begins the digestion of protein in the stomach and completes it in the small intestine via the action of the pancreatic enzyme known as trypsin and chymotrypsin. The end products of protein digestion are amino acid and tripeptides. Lipase is a pancreatic enzyme which helps in the digestion of fat in the small intestine. Bile is produced in the liver and stored in the gallbladder. Please note that bile does not contain digestive enzymes, but it contains bile salts, water, cholesterol, electrolytes, and bilirubin. The bile salts, which are phospholipids, emulsifies fats into small droplets, making it easier for lipase to break it down into fatty acids and monoglycerides. Test of gastrointestinal functioning. The following diagnostic tests used to visualize the gastrointestinal system are the barium contrast X-ray films, the endoscopy, ultrasound, computed tomography, and magnetic resonance imaging. The barium contrast X-ray films are used to identify the positions and sizes of the gastrointestinal structures and any obstructions that are present, while the endoscopy is used to visualize the walls of the gastrointestinal organs, which consists of esophagus, stomach, upper small intestine, large intestine, sigmoid colon. Ultrasound is used to visualize the structure of abdominal organs to identify abnormalities, abscesses, stones, and other structures. The computed tomography is used to identify structural and other abnormalities. Magnetic resonance imaging is used to identify structural abnormalities, alteration in blood flow, and vessel patency. Thanks very much for watching. If you like this video, please do not forget to subscribe, share, like, and click the bell icon for more educational videos like this. Have a great day.